Hello and welcome to another video on the Life After Brady channel. Today we're going to take a look at the Patriots draft picks for the last 3 years. A lot has come out the last couple of weeks with the Patriots struggling here in 2020 of how BeLiChIcK and company have swing and missed over the last 3 to really 8 drafts. Everyone goes back to 2012, 2013 with Hightower and Jones being the last ones that have gotten with real star power. And everyone's quick to point out how these guys stink, and that's fair. They're not good. But let's actually dig in and see what they really should have done. Who are the guys they should have taken with those picks instead of the guys on the team right now. So we'll go from most recent to later on. 2020, obviously it's early. We're 7-8 games here into 2020. These guys weren't expected to be great. No first-round picks with the trade down for Duggar and Uche. You expected Hightower, Chung, and the other guys that opted out to still be there, so that these guys maybe would have been reserves. Now they're starters, or were supposed to be starters. But I think there's still enough to see that there was some swing and miss. So let's start at the top. Kyle Duggar, the unknown draft pick out of North Carolina, safety. He's missed a couple games. He's only played in 5 out of the 7 games, but there's still enough to see that there were better options there. So he went 37th. Antoine Winfield out of Minnesota went 45th. Jeremy Chin went to Carolina at 64. Safety position, it's hard to say exactly what safety those guys are. Obviously, Devin McCourty back there. Hard to say that he's better than them. But Winfield was the Rookie of the Month for the NFL in September, and Chin was the Rookie of the Month for October. And Duggar's been nice, but he's not been the Rookie of the Month. So 2 whiffs there. You got to do better than that. Uche, I struggled to find a person who was better than him. Tough to see early. It's also tough to really pinpoint what he is for this Patriots defense at this point. So I did not find a better option, though he's played in 1 game. So hard to say that's actually hit at all. You traded down your 2 picks. You trade out of the first round to get those 2, and you're 0 for 2. So that's a bad start. These next 2 are the painful ones to me. Devin Asiasi and Dalton Keene. They took 2 tight ends. Hey, we're going to go get this position. We're going to take care of it. They have 1 catch this year between the 2 of them. Both right now are out hurt. It's atrocious. It's terrible. There are 2 tight ends that were better, both taken later than them. Harrison Bryant on Cleveland, 15 catches, 151 yards, 3 touchdowns. And then Albert, I'm not going to try and pronounce his last name, but you saw him when the Patriots played Denver. That's basically 3 games. He's been impactful on for 10 catches, 114 yards, and a touchdown. But that's a heck of a lot more than the impact that Devin and Dalton have had on this Patriots team. Obviously, there's Cam questions. It's somewhat hard to assess them with Newton's lack of ability to throw the football, but you cannot say those guys are studs based on what you've seen. Let's move on to 2019. Obviously, the most frustrating pick in this bunch to me, N'Keal Harry. First-round pick, 32nd overall. I listed 4 there. There's probably more. Deebo Samuel, A.J. Brown, and DK Metcalf, all in the second round, are the ones that are, to me, most like the Harry pick. I threw Mecole Hardman on there. It's hard to say if Hardman does the same thing in the Patriots offense. He's playing with Patrick Mahomes. Also has Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, so he's not, a number 1 option by any means. He's a 3 at best. But Samuel, Brown, and Metcalf, to me, are the same type of player that Harry is. You looked for a physical, number 1 type receiver, can get involved maybe in the running game a little bit. And all those 3 do a heck of a lot better job than Harry, and they've been much more available. Harry's played at least 6 games less than all 3 of those, which is, availability is the number 1 skill, and he's not been available. Now potentially some concussion issues. It's been rough for Harry, and it's not looking good. Juwan Williams, cornerback out of Vanderbilt. Had some issues in the offseason. Has really struggled to find his footing here in New England. They went out and tried to get Aqib Talib before Talib retired. So they just don't have the faith in him. He's struggled to get on the field with this very talented Patriots defense, but he's not been the pick. Jamel Dean was the one I found down in Tampa right now. He's got a couple picks this year. Went the 3rd round, 94th overall. There was plenty of swing and miss at the cornerback position, but the Patriots love to swing and miss on DBs in the second round. Looks like they did again last year. And then Chase Winovich, 3rd round, 77th overall. He's been good. You could argue he's the right pick, but I'd argue with it then he's not playing right now. And I know it's situational football. We don't trust him in the run game, it looks like, but it's really scary to me if he's not good enough to get on the field. And we'll get to a couple of guys later who also aren't good enough to get on the field. You need guys who can play, and he's not one of them right now. I had Max Crosby with the Raiders. He's got more sacks than Winovich, so if you're looking from purely a pass rush perspective, Crosby has been better than Winovich so far. And then Damian Harris. This one I'm kind of splitting hairs. As we record this right now, Harris is coming off another great game against Buffalo. He's looked very good, looked promising. Potentially he could be the right pick, but Madison and Benny still both have more at this point. They showed more their rookie years than Harris has, so you could end up taking Harris down the road. The Harris pick to me is more indicting of the year before, and we'll get to in a second with Sony Michel. If you draft a running back in the first round the year before, and then you come back and your fourth pick in the top 90 picks is another running back, and just shows the swing and misses at that position. Next, and finally, we get to 2018. Isaiah Wynn, the tackle, first round, 23rd overall. He's the best lineman, I would say. You got Will Hernandez. Cleveland has a center in the draft early in the second round. Wynn potentially is the best lineman. I just struggle with, you need absolute talent. He's the earliest pick they have in all these picks. He could be good. He could be solid. Is he Nate Soldier? Is he Matt Light? It doesn't appear that way yet. He struggled with the Achilles injury. He was out for the season last year. His rookie year was also banged up, so just hard to tell. Excuse me, the rookie year was the Achilles. Last year it was another injury. But to me, that first pick, you're looking for absolute supreme talent. So I picked out two guys, and obviously there's a third guy that we'll get to in a second that is supreme talent. But Calvin Ridley, the receiver for Atlanta, and then Darius Leonard, the linebacker for Indy. Both guys that look like are on the way to multiple Pro Bowls. Wynn is not there, and that's what you need at that pick. The next one hurts. Sony Michel, running back. I don't get this one at all. So good. You want running back first round. We can argue about that. You picked the wrong running back on the same team. Sony Michel was the playmaker, big playback to Nick Chubb at Georgia, and Chubb has been much better. Now, Chubb is right now hurt. So is Sony, though. Chubb in Cleveland is shown to be the better player. Patriots swung a miss, and they were watching the same tape. And then I'll bring up Lamar, first-round pick. I don't know why I have second there. First-round pick. You at this point now, you can see that BeLiChIcK was not long for Brady. You call it what it is. The two of them were not long for each other. So you knew you needed a quarterback down the road. We're now sitting here with Cam Newton, who can't throw the ball, and Jarrett Stidham, who's not going to play. So they're looking 21-22 in the future, and they have no options at quarterback. So you're going to start playing this game of where do they miss at quarterback, and you picked 31st, and the guy who went 32nd was the MVP last year. That's a big swing and a miss. And then Duke Dawson, what more do you need to say? Second-round corner for the Patriots, and they missed. He's, cut or traded. I think they traded him to Denver for about a sixth-round pick. Carlton Davis here, taking 7 picks after, down in Tampa. Another couple of picks this year. Patriots thankfully have been able to go with undrafted or late-round draft picks, and Jackson and Jones back there at corner, but they just keep swinging and missing in the second round. And finding guys in the second round that can't contribute at all repeatably is a pretty big issue, and that's what they've done with Uche, Williams, and Dawson. So that's what we have for guys the Patriots should have taken instead of the guys they took, and why they right now are 2 in whatever and looking pretty pathetic in the 2020 NFL season. If you enjoyed the video, please like or comment below. Who are the guys you thought they should have taken? Who are the guys that I'm wrong on? They have a future here in New England. And have a good one.